This is Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined once again by the pint-sized powerhouse himself, Rylan Charlton. Rylan, how you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Sun's out, guns out, apparently. Your guns are more impressive than most, to be fair.
No.
Last time we saw you in action was obviously in the Boxer tournament last month in Coventry. Made it all the way to the final, came just short by a point on all three judges' scorecards to the eventual winner, hometown hero, Dylan Chima. What did you make of the whole experience going kind of into tournament boxing?
That was the most fun I've had in this boxing sport. It was great fun. There wasn't any worrying about how my tank was going to be in like the 6th round or 8th round, or it was just you can't even set into a rhythm with that. You just got to get in there and just go all out war. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's the best thing I've done.
I bet you gutted to get back to normal boxing now, yeah?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, you got to do the old 6 to 8 rounds now. It's just gonna have to pace myself and stuff. But yeah, I am looking forward to getting the date penciled in.
How did you find Dylan Chima in the final? Because it looked delicately poised. He's maybe a bit more of a boxer. You're a bit more of a puncher. And he only pipped you at the post. What do you think made the difference in that final?
I think his sort of style, he looked a lot cleaner. So like mine was like quite scruffy, but that is my style kind of thing. But his boxing and his punches when they were landing, it was more accurate. And I was just head down and just all out going for it. And I think his sort of maybe his footwork, he was very solid on his feet. I think that's some being kickboxers are really solid on their feet, which is pretty handy in a tournament like that. So his legs didn't really go. But I thought he was a decent boxer. I would like to fight him over 6 to 8 rounds and see how that goes. But yeah, he done very well. He did do well.
How do you think you came out of it in terms of your profile and so on? Because obviously you got 2 wins against 1 defeat, so it's not, you came out in credit, if you like. But in terms of the exposure, that must be a positive as well.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I got a lot of positive feedback from it all. Got loads of nice messages, and we got some fights. People have called me out, as always happens after your box. But yeah, I mean, I was happy with it all. I could have probably boxed a little bit better and been a bit more composed instead of just going like swinging for the hills. But I mean, after three fights in one night, I was exhausted. All I had was just keep on throwing. So yeah, that was it.
Well, it was entertaining for everyone watching, so I don't think anyone's going to complain. You talked about people calling you out. Most recently, seems to be a bit of talk about you fighting Adam Azim. It looked like there might be a fight on the cards, but now it looks like there might not be a fight on the cards. I know he's out in Coventry, actually, where you were in the final of the tournament next month. What did you make of all that?
So there'd been a little bit of talks like here and there. But then Sky put it all over Sky News and stuff, saying that it's on, we're fighting in the summer. And I was thinking, I knew there was a little bit of talks, but they've sort of called my name out, said we're going for it, but now we've not really heard a lot. So I don't know whether they're just wanting him to get a warm-up fight. I feel like I should have a warm-up fight as well. We should probably maybe be on the same show, and they can kind of build it into a big fight, because he's a decent boxer. Like, it will be a very good fight if we build it up a little bit. So yeah, I think we're still waiting and really hearing what's going on. So
he's scheduled to be out on the 25th of June in Coventry. Would you fancy them being on that show, as you said, in separate bouts, build it up?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to have a bit more notice than sort of just a couple of weeks. I want to have a proper camp kind of thing. Like, I'm in training now, but I'm just ticking over kind of thing. It'd be nice to have decent notice on the fight and build it up. So let's let him have his warm-up fight, and then, I mean, I don't really need a warm-up fight, but it'd be nice to have a warm-up fight just to sort of build it in a little bit and make it a bigger fight.
And how much do you know about Adam Azim? Have you seen many of his pro fights? Have you sparred him at all?
I have sparred him, yeah. I sparred him once. It was when was it? I think start of this year, maybe. Right. He's decent. He's good. He's speedy. He's kind of solid. But sparring was all right. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It's all different story when you put in them 8-ounce gloves on. You got the 16-ounce gloves and the head guard. Different story when you put the smaller gloves on. I would say sparring wise, I will be honest with the sparring. I knocked him out. No, I didn't really.
Yeah.
I didn't really.
That's the headline now.
Nah. He got the better of me in the sparring, I'd say. We had a couple of decent rounds, but I think he's a very tidy boxer, and I want to turn heel. If you take his rhythm, then he's a good boxer. I wouldn't want to let him set his rhythm, put it on, turn it into my kind of fight. So yeah, I want to get this date in place, 100%.
What did you make of his power in the sparring session? Because obviously he's been banging him over so far, but he's not fought anyone particularly known for durability yet.
His power, he was roughly, yeah, he was all right. He wasn't really strong or wasn't really weak. He was kind of standard, I'd say.
And how did he respond to yours? Presuming you were able to land at some point. I know you're being very modest, but
yeah, I think he done all right. I don't think I landed as much solid ones as I could have done, but I think with 8-ounce gloves, and I think he'd struggle.
Oh, really? You've seen enough there to tell you that?
Pardon?
You've seen enough there with the bigger gloves on to give you that kind of indication.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think he might be tough. How old is he? He's not young, isn't he? He's 19.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's really been tested yet. I would be a proper test for him. And I don't really feel like not many people at lightweight can take my power, I don't think. I think a lot of them will struggle with it. So, yeah, that would really be a test for him, really, in the 8-ounce gloves.
And what are your kind of ambitions? Because it's all very well kind of upsetting prospects who are calling you out, but what do you want to achieve?
Well, I want to get titles, but as we know, I'm come up to 30 this year. I'm not that sort of like, am I still there? Oh, so I lost you then.
Probably Carl Green's on the phone.
Yeah. So I'm not ever going to get signed. Like Matchroom signed me to build me up to fight their prospects and stuff like that. I'm never going to get built up into anything. So I'm always going to go into any fight. I know I'm going to be the underdog. I know I'm going to be like the test for their prospects. But I'm happy to do that because I can roll over these prospects. I have got the power to change the fight however it's going. Say if I'm in a 10-round fight and I'm losing 8 rounds, I can always knock them out in the 9th or the 10th. So my goals are to continue to collect titles in hardest fights. I don't care about getting built up because I'm never going to be. But titles are still my goal.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, if you carry on upsetting people like Adam Azim, you could be nominated for an English or British title at lightweight. It wouldn't be a shocker.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's the route I'm going to have to go is going to be fighting the prospects and upsetting them. So I'm always going to go in there with the mindset of winning.
And you still working with your brother as you were doing before last time we spoke?
Yes, I'm still doing a bit of work with him. I'm also back in a restaurant as well, so I'm back to cooking, which I'm enjoying. Only a few days a week, and working with my brother a few days as well. So got a bit of a mixture, so it keeps me busy.
You've got 3 jobs. You're not doing too bad.
Yeah, doing all right, really.
Yeah, good. I'm glad to hear it. All right, just before I let you go, just remind people, I know we do this every time, but just in case they didn't watch the previous interviews, how can they find you on social media?
So on Instagram, just Rylan Charlton. If I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Rylan Charlton. Check me out, follow what's going on and my next fight news.
Great stuff. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah, hope to see you out soon.
Lovely. Thanks very much.